All right, I'll call the meeting to order. Call the meeting to order. Looks like 6:36
according to that clock. I think, yeah, I think close enough, close enough.
35, it says on 35, it says
Cool.
on here.
Why don't we be on time? Why don't we be on time? If we can be. All right, and I've taken a roll call. I've taken a roll call. I don't see any public. I don't see any public. We don't anticipate any visitors. Visitors.
Not that I know of. Nope, not that I know of.
Anyone on Zoom. So we're right down to Jennifer's report.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna read it word. I'm not gonna read it word for word. For you guys, So let's see. We're moving along on Mariner's Way a little bit. The Board of Selectmen appointed redevelopment committee the other night, and we're gonna get moving on that. So she can be your eyes and ears. So that'll be good. To get moving on that, and maybe some strides on that big report we had done. The restaurant directory, I had a meeting with.
Is that going to be a committee or a commission?
It's gonna be an ad hoc Board of Selectmen for right now. And if the group decides to incorporate it into a formal entity, which was one of the potentially recommended in the report.
Because there's a lot of benefits. To being redevelopment agents, as far as grants and your things you can do.
And I think the group will talk about that. The part of the issue is that the landscape down there has changed. We had that report done, and so we're just trying to regroup and see what's the best path forward.
Did I notice that? Custom Marine is done. Building. I think. No, because I saw a big lot of dirt going on there when I went by it coming off the highway.
Well, I went by it
Because
yesterday.
I thought the old building in the back was kind of partially blocked. Looked at it.
There was over.
Oh, maybe that. Okay.
That's gonna be that's gonna be engineering, project management, over the river.
They're taking over that whole area.
That building, staging area temporarily, 5 years. 5 years.
They purchased it though, right?
I believe yes. I believe so.
The train people.
Someone else purchased it.
The company that's doing the work, right?
No.
Okay, somebody.
Someone else purchased it to lease it.
Yeah, I forget which one. So there's the two business owners who already own property on Mariner's Way. Each purchased four of the lots. And then there's only one lot that's left, the dirtiest one in the front, the Custom Marine one. There's a few people who are very interested in that. I'm not sure when that, but the other 8 parcels are sold between two different people. A lot of it is being leased back to the railroad. I'm a bridge people.
Yeah.
Some of those,
At least they're clean. At least they're clean.
I was gonna say, some of those from.
Yeah, they're pretty
And they
much-
bought
oh, yeah,
those,
they're pretty
and they
much
bought
all-
those.
So they were able to start moving on dirty sites.
That is out of my area of expertise. Yeah. I mean, I hope they're doing the proper zoning and things like that. I'm sure Chris is on. I'm sure Chris is on or top or Tom or whoever's.
Maybe you're not shaking. Clean dirt on top of.
I mean, I think what they're doing there is
think what they're doing there is
a
a
parking
parking
area,
area,
to be honest with you right
Right.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Like
Like
it's-
figure out how they're
like
remediating
it's
it,
for
remediating it, or
like
like temporarily.
burying it for,
Yeah.
burying it for.
Yeah.
So it seemed like a while ago. There was some conversation some of the brownfield lots cleanup were sold or something like that. Town participation in that. Where does that stand? Or is that something Casey you're gonna be finding out about?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean,
I think the town said they would like, I think the town said they would like grants, like the grants.
It has,
But
yeah, it has
owner-
to be owner. Has to be their impetus. Has to be their impetus. You don't own it, so there's a couple options for them. They can either work with us to apply for grant funding from the state, or there's also, they could get a loan. They could get a loan from the state. They can apply for that. They can apply for that without us. Most people will go for the grant if they can,
Right.
but they would certainly have to come and say, what we want to do. And part of that application, because I've reviewed it, you really have to say what you're going to use your property for. And the state does have priorities and things like that for what they want to fund, because there's a lot of people vying for that funding. I mean, we think because of the studies we've done on those properties before, that we would have a good chance, because they've already invested money in looking at those, but it's really up to the owners. To decide what their use is going to be, what their use is going to be, and are they ready to do the cleanup. But at least it's an option now that they've changed hands, because if you're the person who made it dirty, you can't apply for that funding.
But usually it's also almost sell it if you made it dirty and you didn't clean it up. But maybe because of what they were doing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Because usually then there are provisions where like the town can take it over and clean it up, but like that's a whole messy situation.
Hopefully they won't just pay.
I mean, I guess our biggest issue right now is this whole thing is, they bought it, they have this temporary use. That's, until this project is over, and then what? So we've bought 5 years. To figure that out. So.
But I would hope in the 5 years, there are enough other things in Mariner's Way that could be done, like a roundabout, or some other sidewalks in some places. That there would be some other things that can go forward. Yeah. And that might make it more appealing actually after.
Yeah, and I think that's something that they're looking at. Because we would, people want to see some movement. We want to see movement. But it's exciting that something's happening. So it's just different than how we thought it might go. Which is how all of these projects go. That's laid plans. So it's okay. Yeah, I met with the marketing company this morning for our bi-weekly meeting. The website header is almost done. I asked them to add a couple more things. Just to get it finalized as much in there as we can as sort of panorama of what you can do here, without going overboard on the time. So hopefully that'll be done. Within the next 2 weeks. And then hopefully the restaurant directory is not far behind. All the information to you saw the setup of it the last time. It's just a matter of getting it to go live So that's coming around, and as soon as that's done, I'm already working with the intern, the high school intern, together, been putting together experience information. Just like places to go, things to do, and not just an old Saybrook, Saybrook category of radius, 10-mile radius. We may then, go out to 25 miles, so that we have, here, if you come here, you can do in the area. And then the shopping, piece. We're still working with the marketing exactly to package that, because there's so many retail options. Figuring out how to just organize that in a good way. So. See, social media is doing fine. I just put something in here for the, I don't know, I call it hot button, yeah, this one particularly. For those of you who might have heard about some of the news stories that have come out, or some other things. I just like to keep you guys informed. People ask you about things. If you haven't heard about it, here's a little, synopsis of what's going on.
One thing I haven't seen is why are they denying him the ability to?
They're not denying, it's to apply to be denied.
It's because of the zoning regulations don't permit, you to have a minimum amount of windows that are opaque or see through.
They can be tinted.
They can't, right, you have to be able to still, like some level. And the zoning regulations, they're all near, so reflective, so, I mean, the regulations are pretty, I mean, I don't really know it, one of the, I think it's, I don't know whether it was a matter of like, think about that would be an issue, but the regs are pretty clear about it.
It's also the letter, yes,
Right.
window, because he's never applied for sign, he's never applied
Right,
for
so
sign.
none of that was part of it, and I think the window treatments, none of that was part of the
Facebook stuff is that he's complaining because zoning won't allow him to get the mirror. There's no explanation from anybody that I saw. Read everything. But he's over the limit, for the reflective, and he hasn't applied, for the permit, for that or for the sign,
But I don't even think, I think right now it's not compliant with the zoning. So like, it's not as simple as like just come for a piece of paper. There's a violation of, so he has to do something to address that.
Technically, he can't.
Right.
He doesn't have a
Right.
So if he changed one window.
No, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's like a certain percentage of your building. I don't know if all windows have to be, I don't know the regs well enough. Yeah, if all windows have to be transparent, or if there's a minimum percentage.
I mean, when you think about it, you would think about it, some visibility at night, so that at night, see if someone's in the building, okay? The other issue, I think, his use of the building is not consistent with the zone that he's in.
That I don't know.
That's a retail zone.
I didn't hear discussion of that at our zoning meeting, but I don't.
Because I've talked to Chris about, that's a retail zone, and he's not a retail, he's a property management company. And he's allowed to have some storage, but the bulk of the space in a small piece of it is an office. So it's supposed to be retail. And then he wanted to have esthetician, woman who takes care of the hair on the face and on the face and on, that's what it's called. I think that's what it's called. Esthetician, thank you. Esthetician, at the end, and of course, that wouldn't be allowed because of the water need. And he's sitting right on top of wetlands. So yeah. So there's a lot of issues with what's going on. It's more than just a reflection. And I don't know if anyone remembers the story of the monkey in the shed.
No.
From a while back.
No.
This is the same guy. This is the same guy.
His monkey.
It was his monkey. It was his monkey. Yes.
Okay, what's the monkey? Okay, what's the monkey?
Literally.
Somebody's backyard shed.
Yeah. And it was his monkey.
But not his shed.
Oh.
No, which he's not allowed to.
Which was the problem.
So
There was an application zoning, but I don't know exactly, I wasn't on that, so I don't really what exactly was represented then. I know that the windows weren't
Right.
represented the way they were done.
I think before they really proved, realized how he was using the space.
At one point, there was some property there with Chris Lanning, there was some people like renovating the building.
Mhm.
Was this one of those? Or was that-
He started that way. He started that way.
So they started off on a bad. But
Well, the previous owner started off and then sold it to him.
Well, it's hard because some people don't realize the level of permits that they need to get, you know, sometimes people just don't think of things, especially interior work, but this is definitely work.
I mean, a lot of times you just come in. and-
Ultimately, it's your responsibility.
And it's amazing that I do in the work that I do, houses that need repair, that I say to them, before you sit down with the zoning officer, or the building inspector, what you can able to do, what you can and can't. And I said, it makes it a heck of a lot easier. Give them something to do that.
Yeah.
Before you put money,
Yeah.
like.
Before you
Before you buy a property, piece of property,
make sure you're used to them.
And I think that's to your point business friendly, like a town is as business friendly as it can be, but you have the conversation, we're not mind readers, we have to say like, hey, here's what I want to do, how do I make it happen?
And he's not a reasonable person. I shouldn't have said that. But he's just not a reasonable.
Was there a way to contest agreement with the town, It's not where it's putting up billboards and running trucks around. You can go to ZBA, you can come have conversation.
I think
Yeah, both sides are dug in.
It certainly draws attention.
It does draw attention.
But on the town's behalf, it also says that the town isn't gonna just let anything go by without
Yeah.
some kind of.
Yeah. A lot of businesses probably like they don't want.
Right, which is why Old Saybrook's appealing.
Yes.
But there is a reason from a zoning perspective, there is a reason requirements for, windows and those sorts of things.
And some of the buildings that this person's alleging have gotten different treatment than him, had their window before the regulations changed. And for example, federal, which was not before the regulations changed. Their window per state regulation. So, which superseded our regulations.
No, they're not transparent.
But these are some of the buildings that have gotten different treatment.
And a lot of the other ones have been approved because they're somewhat transparent. You can see what's going on once you get up close to it. You can't hear.
Anyway, it's unfortunate.
It is.
Now you're in the know.
Sound is handling it.
Our event calendar is doing really well. We have more than 160 events up there right now.
People are really catching on about it.
But I went through the process, put on there.
I saw that. I saw that.
Fight it out, it's really easy to apply.
And you have 120 people signed up to celebrate. Saybrook?
Yeah.
What's the max?
Yeah.
What's the max?
Well, so that includes.
Main Street
Okay.
businesses.
Okay.
So every spot, non-businesses are the non-businesses are already still open, or
they're
they're still open?
Yeah, it's a good question. We're gonna be shutting it.
So
We're gonna be
close-
shutting it
so we're
pretty
gonna close
soon.
regardless of whether we
We'll-
sell out or not.
we'll-
Can you make it fit?
Can you
for,
make
like,
it fit
for like?
Yeah, so last year.
I mean,
We had a little more than the year before, and we had to, put people in a couple different places. I feel like it'll be fine. But we are gonna close pretty soon. I would consider us pretty much sold out, you
Right.
know.
So last year, you had the map of all the different, but it didn't include the Main Street businesses that were open.
They were on the website.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, the map, we might have to. I think we might have to reconfigure.
I think we might have
a few
to
things
reconfigure a few
things this year. That's something that's a work in progress. As soon as we have all the participants finalized,
Mhm.
we'll start working on that.
Mhm.
We'll start working on the website,
update the
website, but
every
year there's things we tweak.
That's the tweak. That's you, you do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this year, one of the focuses is to, work especially with Main Street businesses who depend on Sunday mornings for their business. The last couple of years, the street closure and how it was handled and the timing, the notification of their patrons, the parking situation went a little rockier than we hoped. So we're really just trying to work through that to make it possible and to respect the fact that that's a good business day for some see how we can work together to make all of our interests work together.
Like restaurants, like breakfast places.
Yeah, like paperback cafe and
Okay.
Racina's. Even the church, they have their services. Yeah, the hardware store. I'm trying to think. Even Sweet Luna's. A Sunday morning in the summer is good business for her. Just trying to, nobody's gonna be 100% to make it, I mean, to give people the knowledge so that they can pivot in the way they need to, make sure that whatever we're doing is as respectful as possible of their needs.
And I'm sure you're tired of suggestions.
No.
But what's a place for people to sit and eat and or drink.
Yeah.
It was very hot last year.
I know.
And you just really want to make one pass through, but if you gave people a place to sit and cool off, they might stay a little.
It's really hard to have the covering. I mean, we'd love to have it over the area where the band is,
Mhm.
but all that asphalt, it's hard to put anything down. I mean, we did have the mister last year.
God, it missed, it was unbelievable.
But yeah, I know, the shade is an issue. It's
Yeah.
definitely an issue.
Just need to bring in some trees, Yes.
Okay, well, that's that. Main Street, we're getting a new business. So that will be good for the young family set.
That's a pretty big space. Are they taking the whole space? Are they taking the whole space?
Yep.
Yeah? Yeah?
Mom from Glastonbury, both like, hey, did you know, singing on Saybrook. So word gets around.
So when you say, what do they mean? Cafe, what do they mean?
just have coffee, just have things like that. They're trying to work with the health department to offer paninis and little prepackaged salads and sandwiches that they'll get other Main Street businesses, like Mercedes.
There's not a kitchen, there's not a
No.
kitchen in that building.
No.
Right.
No, not that I know of. Not that I know of. So I don't know, so I don't know, they'll probably have like a counter. I think they have, an espresso machine. Like a panini press, is, like not, you don't have all that stuff and all that. So, they're working on that.
The biggest space is the play
Yeah, I
area.
would hope so, yeah,
And
yeah, I would hope
and
so,
then
yeah.
There's like a fee for that. And then there's like the other section, which is adjacent section, like the grown-ups. So yeah, I think they're,
Like behind glass, behind glass.
Supposedly it's gonna have, when you're sitting in the adult section, you will be able to every play area, and I think it's gonna be modeled after a little town, so you'll be able to. I don't remember what they said. To be able to go to, and there's gonna be a big area, sandbox area. We'll have different themes.
We'll have single kitties, bring all the single
Yeah. That's what I've heard about it. So they're very excited about it.
Great idea.
I mean, well, I don't know who remembers staying play. I used to be in the industrial park. I used to.
Closed like a year.
But even like my kids, love like Ashland right now. It's the play area, the little play area, the back of Ashland. My kids will be like, they think it's the greatest, and it's the greatest, and it's like play area. Yeah, but even kids will love this.
Thank you. Oh, well, one exciting thing, as I told you here, Main Street Business Association looks like it might be revived. So, we'll stay tuned to see what they come up with, but they had like I don't know, at least a dozen show up to their meeting the other day, and the two women who are running have already done some of this organizing between the two of them, and it's just getting to be too much. So they're really build back this organization. And
what is their goal?
Well, their goal is to at least have, I think some kind of walk, maybe each season. And so that's what they're working on right now. They already have the bunny hop organized last year. And then I think they would like to do something during the summer, but they're not sure together in time. If they can, but they'll definitely do something in the winter. And they're even thinking of doing something in the fall too. So that'll be nice. But that's their original thought, just kind of walks. Art hallway. We have that exhibit up to the end of April. We're still plugging away on the Saybrook Point project. The permit for DEP, got submitted this week, so that's awesome to get that piece up. They had two preliminary meetings before we sent that off. I'm hoping that we just sail through, but who knows? Let's see. The Thrive report, I think will be out in a couple of weeks. I really want to show you guys that. I'm a really visual person. Has like a lot of very visual images that are kind of exciting and fun. I think that would be good projects for us. So, but when that comes out, I'll get it to you. We're waiting on the new steep grant, see if we got that. And I have been taking a class so that I can be more informed about all things economic development. I'll keep you posted, but.
Is there supposed to be on the back? Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think this one has something on the back, but this one doesn't, but this one doesn't.
I was wondering where you were reading. I was wondering where you were
Yeah,
reading. That made me a little while. Okay.
Jennifer, is it,
Okay.
worth your time,
to do that class?
Yeah, it has been.
Yeah,
are you planning to offer ideas as well?
Yeah, sometimes, it's a lot of information. It's sort of like, that old saying where they're telling you, like, you're drinking from the fire hose, because every week there's two different topics. But, definitely, if nothing else, you're really like meeting a lot of other people who are doing different things, and getting those contacts and the information, and there was a really good one this past week, from Advanced CT, the woman who does like all their marketing. And she just was really strong how to pull together your statistics and some really creative uses of your time. And then there was one that I really needed financing a project, which will be a work in progress for me, but it's good, you gotta start somewhere. So anyway.
It's putting it on, the New England,
New England Economic Development, here. Force, that's what it's called. They work a lot with, I think, an organization called I, which I'm not gonna be able to tell you what that means, but I mean, this course, I think, is pretty highly recommended and
sounds great, it sounds great.
Yeah, it's like people wanted to get their certification. It's the first step. And I'm not looking to do that necessarily, but there's just certain strengths I felt like I came into the job with, and then certain things I didn't know as much about. This is a really good overview of a lot of the big that you need to know. So I thought it'd be a good chance to pick up some other parts, especially since we have so many things going on right now. The more you know. So.
It sounds like something that when I was in economic development, had a thing called Economic Development Institute. Was operated out of Norman. That's where they taught many of the courses. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Anyway.
Mark, what?
Yeah, he's the one who's running the class.
That's okay. That's okay. Okay.
Yeah, he's very nice.
He knows a lot. Yeah, he knows a lot.
Yeah.
He knows a lot.
So that's it for me, unless anybody has any other questions.
How much that will. Okay, so back on to the agenda here. So we're going to regular business now. And the first item is the approval of minutes of February 13th meeting. I have a motion. Okay. Susan, second.
I'll second.
Okay. All right, take a couple minutes. If you haven't read them. I looked at them, they look pretty good to me. Are we ready to vote? Are we ready to vote? All in favor? All in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Minutes,
Aye.
of approving the minutes? Abstain? Abstain? Okay, two
Abstain.
abstains. Okay, two abstains. Mike and Nick and Nick. And opposed and opposed, seeing none, motion is approved. Motion is approved. Thank you. Okay, so Jennifer, do we have anything? Announcements for correspondence other than what
Well, I
Dr.
don't
Butler?
think so.
Dr.
I
Butler.
don't think
Well, that's good.
so.
Well, that's good. And you have a report on the
Yeah, so,
the
marketing
packet here.
report,
just
and
sort of
here,
laying
just
out the
sort of
next
laying
60
out the
days,
next 60 days.
showing you
Some pictures of the dining that they ran, over the winter, over the winter, to just kind of have something to attract people to town, and a lot of that artwork provided by our restaurants. So it's a nice way to have a little plug to, they help us out with images and help them out with a little promotion.
I recognize 1%.
Yeah, yeah.
I know those people.
This is just referring back to the video that I told you about before, that we're almost done with. The wireframe for the dining, which you saw last, that we're populating right now with all the. And then here's some of the stats about the traffic to the website over the last 30 days. So we're getting, good traffic every month. And it shows you some of the top places that people are coming to check out our stuff. We weren't sure why Boston was the top thing, because they're not targeting that, but make it. So I just think that's encouraging for the businesses who are taking the time to use the calendar and things like that. I like to show them that we really are, sure. And then on the last 3 months here, the visitors for the website, and that includes. So we were doing a lot of paid advertising then, so. Social media that's prepared. So they'll start running a bunch of these, and then they'll see which ones hit the best, and then they'll start. And this is all the original photography that invested in over the last year and a half or so. And then we are starting to plan Saybrook. So that's now. One thing that I was talking about today was as you've seen, we haven't had them to make a formal presentation necessarily every month anymore. And that way we can use their hours for other things. And they don't have anything really specific. We can't kind of cover ourselves. I mean, of course, we always love to hear from them. Add a little more than I do when I just give you the highlights. We were talking about what would be the best way in these off months to provide information. And they started to put together a report where we could have some statistics about the spending and what things performed, how much each thing cost. But if there's any particular information that you would like to see on a report, let me know, and I'll have them incorporate that so that we have what we have what we in the months when they're not here reporting. To be able to tell, okay, we're informed, we know what's going on. So if there's particular things that you definitely want to see, let me know. But in the meantime, we're working on getting this dashboard so that at least we'll have that every month to keep track of what's going on.
Other things from your class about statistics that you were referring to that would be helpful, to add into this,
Not really.
I have to tell you,
this is like the thing that I want to know. One of the things I want to know. One of the things I want to know the metrics are because the metrics are so important to be able to show the work that we're doing. And it's the one thing, I ask people, what are you reporting on? What are your statistics and stuff like that? And everybody does it a little bit different, and everybody has the same issue. I mean, basically, you're trying to take a bunch of numbers and tell the best story that you can, but really there's no way to tell exactly. So it's a work in progress. Yeah, I'm hoping. One of the presentations we had yesterday, she was going to maybe share one of her dashboards that she uses. I haven't seen it yet though. So I'm hoping. I just keep trying to steal from a bunch of different people. Yeah.
Some sort of a benchmark.
I mean, the clicks
Don't mean anything to me unless I know another like user down is down.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you the other thing that I've asked Creative for. I feel like this work with them for like a year and a half. I feel like we have data now, lots of new tools. And I feel like it's time to take a step back and say, where are we going? And so I've asked them to figure out a time when we can have a plan and really sort of like I said, step back and really evaluate what we've been doing and not that it isn't good, but I think have that self-reflection so that you can move forward in the best way. Working on getting potential dates from them to do that.
I think the biggest problem with a lot of media space, social media space, the algorithms are always changing, makes it hard and what's working when, and will it continue to work? It's one of the things I struggle with real estate, and I have to do something that I'm very comfortable doing now, which is video. So, I think that might be the next phase for us on video.
When we have the videos, when they do those and stuff like that, we really get a lot of want those.
That's where I'm being told I have to go.
One of the challenges, what you're trying to get, like just more clicks and more clicks, site, the metrics that are important, are gonna.
Right.
So you can't like pick like one of the four that I was just trying to impression, the reach, impression, the rate, or like cost rate, or cost thousands, cost per thousand. People can see them, because sometimes when someone is 4 or 5 times before it has an effect, they just want to see people you want, 20 people you want, see it 25 times, see it 5
Right,
times.
and how do we know if those person who are actually showing up? See, for me, they're calling me. Well, they're calling me, business with me. They want to do business with me. So I have a very tangible way of telling what's working, what's not. This is
Well, I think too, because we're going in terms of metrics, we're going from like where we didn't have something to where we have something. So you can't compare like when we didn't have to like when we do, we can only compare progress as we have the page. And like also we started celebrate Saybrook like right at Saybrook, like right at the same. You know what I mean? So it's hard to like, but I think like Mike made me too like, and Susan too, like, I know for me, it might be helpful, and I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but like, maybe one day they could do a little session with us, where they get a little more in depth. I don't really totally understand, like, I understand what a click-through rate is, I understand what it is, but like, if they could explain more in depth, like, what do all those mean, and like, because they have to say to us, like, that's a really good response, because we have no idea, you know, so like, that would be helpful.
That was a click-through,
Right, and like, what are they, and like, what are they doing?
Right.
I do think like
I do think
like a little,
for lack of a better word, a little glossary,
and what is the industry
would be
standard
helpful because
you know, I talk to them all the time about this, and still I'll look through and I'll look through and I'll say,
what does this
now,
one,
what does
that
this
one,
one,
and
what is
even
that one,
Sarah
and
doesn't know
even
everything
Sarah doesn't know
because,
everything,
like, they have
certain people who do the social media
Oh,
part,
yeah.
social media
Oh,
part.
yeah.
And that's the great thing about having
Miranda Creative,
Miranda
because
Creative,
they have
because
people with
they
all
have
different
people with
expertise.
all
Like, we would
different
never be able to
expertise.
pay
Like, we would
one
never be able to
person
pay
to
one
do
person
everything
to
that
do
they do
everything
for us.
that they do
And
for us.
they can
And
pivot,
they can
like,
pivot,
Nick
like,
was talking about.
Nick was
When
talking
stuff
about.
changes,
When stuff
they
changes,
know how things
they
are
know how
changing,
things are
and
changing, and they
change for us.
It's just like if
for
something's not
us.
working, they swap it out. They
Yeah.
swap it out, and the reels
Yeah.
are it is, and the reels are go.
Yeah.
You can go.
Yeah, so anyway.
Maybe.
So I will,
I'll definitely talk to them
okay.
about,
Anything else on marketing? Anything else on marketing? If not, we'll move down to
Now
new
we'll move
business.
down
To new business.
and-
One of my favorite
and
subjects.
one of my favorite subjects.
Main Street piano. Main Street piano.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
So we got two applications.
Steve
Steve
goes.
the one
He did actually
provide,
like the drawings.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I just scanned them in, but I brought them just so you can see in real life if you wanted.
Yeah, that was really impressive. That was really impressive.
And then she
Did some photographs of, you know, some of her other work. So I can pass those now. It's interesting.
Yeah, she has reference murals and so forth. That you saw.
and
He didn't do, I mean, you'll notice that the other young woman really talked about her connection to Saybrook and all that. You know,
Kathleen
she did not do that, but they do have,
but they
a
do
cottage
have,
in
a
town.
cottage
Yeah,
in
great
town,
hammock.
in
Yeah,
town.
great hammock.
She did work and sweet.
That's Magdalene. We're still talking about Kathleen. Still talking about Kathleen. That's good.
So anyway.
Oh, so she has. So she has a plate, okay.
And the other wrinkle that has come up that I did talk to Dave about, but none of the rest of you have heard about is in asking for artists, we got somebody well, I actually have a piano. You want it, so.
I think
Take it,
so.
put it in the store. Take it, put it in the store.
It was
Yeah.
great. Another great place. Is the fourth, that's got the kind of floor that it would be easy to roll the piano in and out, what's the name of it? Marathon sports, yeah. I mean, I don't know if they did. I mean, I don't know if they're nice, but they're nice phones, so they might, so they might be interested in having a piano there.
So this one is an upright with a bed. They're moving in April. So I will have to get somebody there to get it out. Oh, and I wanted to ask you, find a bench to find a bench.
Took it out of the house. Took it out of the house.
Okay. So we are gonna need a bench.
Two pianos one day. Two pianos one day.
All I care. All I care. Get help. That bill you're done for far too long.
So anyway.
Had to get rid of lockers. Had to get rid of lockers.
So we potentially gained another piano in addition to ours.
Start stockpiling. Start stockpiling.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's an expensive, but.
The beauty is with people selling houses and closing out. A lot of them had these old upright
Right.
type, and no one wants them. And there's no value
Yeah.
dollar wise.
Yeah.
And they're expensive.
And they're very expensive.
Very.
Yeah.
So
We moved our piano around different houses before finally moved out. After the next generation, couple of them did a little bit with them, and then it was the interest was all gone. Taking up space. It's taking up space. Nobody needed to use.
So I thought hers was, Magdalene?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was very sweet. I thought it was very sweet. I mean, and it's just like really progressed from the beginning to this, you know? And she was willing to, I mean, I loved what she said about, or the dancing, say Saybrook, and then she's got, people dancing from art studio, but, and also, well, if we have two pianos, that's great. I mean, I thought, you know, she's young and had less experience and so talented, who's so talented. But I liked her vision of connection. I think it was very sweet.
It had more of a connection. It did definitely.
But
I would like to see more of her work to see.
yeah, I thought her one at the pub was not that exciting, not that great. But I thought Luna piece was terrific. And with the Luna piece, did she make it all, or did she repair it?
I think it said in there that she refurbished it.
Because ice cream restoration.
I think with either artist, I mean, if there are elements that in their vision, certain, you know, we could negotiate with them.
Yes. Yeah, I love the bench. I love the bench.
You'll find it now. You'll find it now.
Because I actually like Magdalena's idea that maybe, you know, in a way to tie the two pianos together to add say. I did like that idea because she's like together rather than having thing which I had originally suggested, but I don't know how anybody feels about what it's saying.
So would we have another $500? I think we would.
Yeah, we have another.
So what do we do? Vote? Are we voting out with the end case?
Well, we did say that we would, you know, decide at this meeting, unless there's a reason for information, so that we can get the person going. If the idea is like to still have like an opening in the spring and earliest.
Well, I'm volunteering sports, the Marathon Sports Store, but they haven't particularly volunteered themselves. I mean, another place would be Cartier. They would have it harder to get in and out, I think. But
They're not open on the weekends.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
I agree with Liz. I was impressed by sophomore in her vision, and based on her experience hometown. That's who I'd like to see.
You want to bring it to a vote?
Well, I think we should discuss it. I mean, I agree with you.
Go wrong with either.
They're both,
She's obviously professional.
Right.
Her experience.
Yeah.
She did this draw with this.
You know, and the coloring,
Very professional.
The tough call.
So what if we said we'd like her for the first one? For the first one? If we're able to find another host for a second piano, like the other person, we'd like.
Who are you saying? Who are you saying is the other person?
Kathleen.
So you're saying Magdalena for the Magdalena, the one by the
One
one
we have
by
now.
the
Yeah.
one we have now, the one we have Kathleen for the second one. Right. I also thought, just for the art hallway perspective, whoever doesn't get it, hey, whoever doesn't get it, hey, your artwork up your artwork, you know, as a, I'm always thinking of that. Artwork.
Well, it's good that you are.
Yeah.
Well, it's good
I
that you
walked by the
are.
hallway and
I
I
went by the hallway and I thought it was really a great exhibition.
She's got beautiful, she's got
It's
beautiful
just,
stuff.
you know, that's where I went. So that's where I went with, you know, depending on who does like to put something in the art hallway.
I mean, if I can still get this upright piano, and I talked to this guy a few weeks ago. I know, this artist had
she
said
felt constrained by the
size of the piano, and she would like to do an upright one, but I don't know.
This Kathleen,
Yeah.
Kathleen.
I mean,
Yeah.
she did a beautiful job, I thought. Like,
Mhm.
obviously she can make it beautiful, but.
Yeah.
But what if we let we choose Magdalena for this one, and then we fried, kept our eyes right, to get enough right.
Right.
I feel like.
Right.
Well,
But they-
I can
if
get
that's-
this one,
if
I can get this
that's
one if
gone,
it's.
gone. That's-
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
if this
Right.
is still available, and I can Bill Clappy bar. Go get me another piano, still piano delivery
His guys just pick it up and move. Just pick it up and move. Any problem?
Lunch, pretty soon, the things they do for me.
If we could known for it, have another piano down. What was Thimble Island? Brewery.
It's just getting someone to pull it in, right?
Yes.
For the kids.
I was feeling the sound would be too that, but I might be mistaken.
Maybe.
So we're gonna go with Magdalena for the first one.
That's my thing, yeah.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
I think, my personal reading of her thing, that maybe she might want some input from everybody, because it seemed like hers was more like a vision.
Yeah.
Like a vision,
Right.
not like a full fledged design. It seems like she likes to work with people, so she may need to be invited and have a meeting.
Especially if she could bring some stuff to show us her use of color and things like that. We have a clear vision. Kathleen's use of color is, and we all like
I don't
it.
think you could tie it in with the art hallway from May, you know, out and say, I have for sale.
That's right.
Hallway.
That's right.
Hallway.
Let's help.
We have to do that to the art hallway. If we do the, if she has artwork at home.
Okay.
And we can, she can sell that. Help her out. Do this and tie it in. We tie it in beautifully.
I have another.
Open, you know, like party or the little party or the little. And then have her say. Art hallway, there's something there.
I think there's one other thing I want before now. I'm feeling that we want this to last and to be well. My feeling is that there's a finish on these pianos. Maybe they're not good, but there is something. And I think that has to come off. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it would need to be sanded.
Sanded down or stripped and then primed. But
And then you need to put like a green lacquer.
after it's done, now it's is that something we want to charge the artist with, or is that something that we
Well, I
have?
think we were,
we
well, I
have-
think we were, weren't we? And a prep work for the.
Yeah, it's actually, it's funny you bring that up because there was one artist in town who I solicited to potentially do this because she's very like active. And part of the reason she said she didn't apply for it is because she knew she would have to finish up and be laying around, figuring it out, and then she said, and he was going to put the lacquer on afterwards, so.
But would she have wanted to do it herself, or would she have wanted to have someone building department?
I don't know, I mean, she didn't, even though I solicited her twice, plenty of time, like, she didn't actually even send me that feedback until after the application closed. So I didn't really even have time to think about, oh, well, maybe we should, or something else, I mean.
That might preclude Magdalena from pursuing this. Maybe she doesn't have the tools or the skills.
And she isn't
ready.
and she isn't ready,
Piano.
And she also was in college, college.
Right.
So, I mean,
The other thing, is there, remember, we do have an auto body place in Old Saybrook. They might be willing to spray on the lacquer. Or a boat place.
Oh, they got a boat place.
Oh, they got a couple of those.
Yeah.
We got a couple of those.
We've been to him.
Just had work from that auto body shop over. But they do body work,
Okay.
did body work. I had,
Okay.
did my car got scratched, my car got scratched.
Is it Bill?
Coffee, yeah.
Clap couldn't do it. He couldn't do it.
I don't know, I never
Yeah.
asked him.
What do you mean to sand? What do you mean to sand?
I think the lack, especially if you get a boat.
We have, a woodworking guy, a woodworking guy, a
woodworking
person.
Okay, so it is that,
There's Cardone and daughter too, I don't know they're like a mom and pop.
All right, so maybe what we should do is plan to meet with Magdalene, work out these details, and make sure we.
Yeah.
I would ask her if she understands how to prep piano before.
Or was she expecting it to be?
I guess, investigate a couple places, might be for us, might be the easiest.
Yeah.
Of course, then they have to get the beat.
I wasn't gonna tell you that.
No one will ever know what it takes to get that beat.
That's right. It's been a lot of logistics so far. It sounds easy.
Yeah.
The logistics of it, no.
They don't realize.
Yeah.
When I walked into Fred Astaire studio, so willing to do it, showed me the cover that was on the old one, was all set to go, was all set to go. Man, this is gonna be easy. No.
I went out, I had a few people, I have teachers and some of their teachers, and they looked at the information and said, thanks, but, we're gonna pass this test. I can tell, hey, we have another piano. All right.
All right.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, should we make a decision about the second choice and the same piano at the same time, so we have place, or do you want to wait with that?
My thing would be wait, to make sure we have, we have both in it.
Make sure that
And then if somebody wants.
Yeah.
Or like I can't, you gotta get someone perfect, there might be some perfect, there might be some difference.
Until she tells us she doesn't.
Then we have to go find someone. Then we have to go find someone that would like to prep it. During COVID, I did some bureaus.
Okay.
That was good. That was good.
There's a woman who I've seen in the chamber. She has a company called I think she's local. Maybe we can be like that about.
For the furniture restore, guy over and by where Fitzgerald's painting is.
I know.
This furniture store, down.
Oh, yeah?
He's an artist.
Oh, yeah?
He's an artist.
Oh.
You mean asking about like the logistics of stripping it and everything?
Yeah, if it ends up, we really need somebody to do that.
Yeah, it might be worth our while to get someone that does it on a regular basis. It's done right. It's done right.
And prep for the painter, artist.
Yeah.
The artist.
All right, have we finished with the piano? Okay. Next, election of officers.
We're gonna wait until next month with that, so we'll get back to that next time.
Got a couple of things we still have to straighten out. Old business, the EDC awards. Boy, we do lots.
I think where we left it last time was there were a couple people who needed more information on. I did get more information on Samaj. She's actually been in business here for over 30 years.
Wow.
Which I didn't know. And I got a little bit of background. You know how she came to how she shopped and such. So I feel like I was able to flesh that out a little. And actually, it turns out her parents a retail business in town for 40 years. They owned. Did I read that down?
James package?
Oh, no. That was some Judy something. But actually, her parents, yes, owned a store here for a while. And then the other that I was supposed to get information on was Judy Sullivan, her parents actually owned a retail business here in town for 40 years. It was like a television store. And she grew up here and went to high school here. I think she had. God bless her soul.
Very good in field hockey, very good.
Okay.
Were you in school with her? He knows that much about everything.
I realize I'm taking over my father does this all, my father doesn't start to do it, I'm starting to do it, it's frightening.
And she was also recently received in 2023 the Community Leadership Award from Middlesex United Way, and I was trying to think of some of the things that I knew she had overseen over the years. I can't go back too far because I wasn't involved then, but I know she oversaw the merger in 2023 between the Lime Chamber and the Old Saybrook Chamber, and then the Greater Old Saybrook Chamber, and had a rebrand to better represent their membership. So that's one of the big things I think we could point to as an accomplishment in her 19 years as the executive director. She started out part-time in 2006 and grew the job to what it is now. So, anyway, so I did find out the information on those guys, things like that, that's enough on those. And I think the only other thing we didn't have information on was the Casey thing.
I saw her Monday night, and supposed to text and put me in touch with his mom, so I can get information,
Okay.
I did talk to my friend from Andre Pro, just, and I kind of mentioned it, I didn't need more information specifically from them. I was like, well, I think we kind of took some stuff, website that they said, you know, if we wanted more information to see.
Okay.
I think one of the things Susan asked last time was what was the criteria? And what was the criteria? What was the criteria? You know, we talked about there being strong businesses.
And in town for a while, we stay away from franchises or national brands, even though I don't know about the guy who owns, I don't know about the guy who's that as an example. That's a franchise. That's a franchise. He's independently owned. We stayed away from that. We stayed away from real estate, brokerages, but we have done local banks. So like an Essex Savings, Guilford Savings in town. I think we recognized Liberty at one point. But it's been mainly that. What I tried to do this year with the help of Elizabeth, and I forget who else was on the call with us. I know Jennifer was.
Right.
Jennifer was.
Right. It was the three of us, but Sandy couldn't be on the call.
Oh, that's right. Was to move away from some of the restaurants. Because I think we do a lot of recognizing of the restaurants. I thought Fromage why I like the case, and that's why I like the case. Because I know she's been here for a long time. And then she has the shop right here on Elm Street. Yeah.
I think what we didn't really consider, and I don't know that we could. Some of these businesses, I think have been very involved in communities, but not all, have been. If we, maybe some have, we just don't buy it. So we just don't. So it would be definitely, but we didn't use in our conversation.
And I think that was done beforehand. I think the only issue with that is you're limiting yourself.
Yeah.
Please do recognize.
And I think one other thing that I just ran into the office today and talked to Jennifer for a couple of minutes. And that is, none of these businesses happen to be on Main Street. And I get my glasses at Cartier. And I was going for a walk I just walked in their store and I said, have you guys been here? 53 years. In three different locations.
I mean, there's a potential that for next year. You're right. Yes, you're right.
They've got labels. They always have fun. They always have fun.
And they give free lenses to kids, they're great, community.
I think when you look at the community back, that's more of the John Baldoni Award, Spirit of Old Saybrook. That's why I really think Judy is an excellent choice for that. And I know we had Say Flowers or whatever it was. Yeah, they're a good candidate as well.
So we don't need to do anything. There's no voting involved. There's no voting. This is what, which I think
we
are
found.
great.
But if you have any other ideas or you want to.
We also wanted to talk about a time frame.
Yeah.
Kind of work back from where we want to.
I think we should decide on when we want to have the ceremony at a minimum.
Do we know when ARB they're gonna be ready?
I think they're ready. They're just waiting on us because I said they could tag along with us and I would plan it though.
I was just wondering, something we could do like the week before Celebrate Saber. Because this is somewhat of a celebration of Saber. That depends on Jennifer's workload.
Or what if it was 2 weeks before? Would that make it a little bit better?
Yeah.
A little bit better.
I mean. So would we want to do the same thing that we did last time? Where we had like a little breakfast thing? Okay.
Yeah.
And you were gonna check out whether or not we would do flax this time, I think, too.
Okay.
I don't know what to time frame this up for that.
It's not long.
I think 3 to 4 weeks. I think some ordering flex for the ARB ones.
So if we do think we want to do it in June, I can just touch base with Chris and make sure they'll definitely be ready by then. Yeah, and I'll just have to get and make sure there's, get the pavilion, we can get the pavilion.
What does the ARB use for their, I mean, plaque? I mean, I seem to remember that it's like a picture and a statement. As opposed to, you know, a plaque.
Yeah, it's in the, expensive framed piece with professional photography that they're building, I think.
Yeah, there's one large image and then three small ones on the bottom.
Something like that might be nice. I was involved with my church's memorial garden and creating the plaque with the names on it, and so I worked with the wood shop that was in Old Saybrook, and they fixed the wood. So when I looked at plaques, they weren't very appealing. And so I'm just wondering if we could, you know, have maybe like similar to the ARB with maybe a picture and some wording. They sort of look like a bowling team plaque, or something like that. I mean, it was hard to find. At least at the computer science store. So if we could do something that would be a little bit more personal, some kind of plaque that would be like lovely, and not like a bowling plaque.
So you don't want bowling. So you don't want bowling pins on it. I have some of those.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I went to computer science. They were great to work with. Except that it just wasn't going to be. A great plaque. I mean, I'd be glad to look into it if there's someone we could just match what the ARB is doing.
They're on the walls. They're on the walls.
Oh, okay.
And where do you get them from? Where do you get them from?
Frame shop.
Oh, okay.
And you hired someone to take the photograph.
Actually, I'm getting them from the business owner, rather than to take them out. Pay somebody to take the pictures. He already has pictures. Hanford Commons got one of the awards. 745 Astria.
Okay. It's a good
Happens
idea.
to be the same guy.
Okay. So Jennifer, I'd be willing to work with you on that, to do something like that, if that's okay with people.
Fine.
No.
Fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine with me. Biopsy.
Okay, so we're gonna check on, maybe either a week or 2 weeks before, celebrate based on availability. Jennifer, you think 2 weeks is better than 1 week? I know celebrate hectic things to do. Yeah.
Or we do it after. I mean, we can do it after as well. Whichever's gonna work best for you.
Well, so the other thing I think that people brought up last time was once you start getting into the summer time. So I think either's gotta be early in the summer season or it's got to be in the fall. So,
Whichever, if you would prefer fall, let's do it in fall.
well, let me see what the availability is, and talk to Chris and see what her preferences and then we'll go from there.
I think she's waiting for you to.
Tired. Probably right.
Well, I'll see what I can get at the pavilion, the other thing.
That might be easier in the fall.
It would be a really nice fall event, because it would be on its own, terms, you know?
Then I'm fine with that.
Okay. Do we have anything more to talk about as far as the art hallway?
I spoke with Andrea Alley. She displayed art over a year ago. And her pieces were big. She did a very nice job. Talked with Jennifer about it. She said her mom may be interested in doing it. Her mom had some surgery. So, actually, when she's talking, her mother was in surgery. And her pieces are much smaller. the thought was it would be easier to hang, apparently. Much more difficult to hang. So I'm waiting to hear back. And like I said, she had some surgeries, I wasn't gonna go over the top with her. The schools, the middle school, high school, and Goodwin, they all kind of think it's a cool idea to do something in the art hallway, possibly the winter or spring of 2026. It's just, they have to get it together, what they want to do, So I'm kind of just, waiting it out. And I think, I just think it'd be really cool to have Saybrook schools, and not just the high school, but try to do three schools, all three together, elementary, middle, and high school. Do something in the art hallway as students of the town. I think it'd be kind of cute. Parents, that kind of thing. So I keep kind of pushing that out there. And they've been very good getting back to me on things. I haven't heard from any photographers, but Jennifer was just putting the note. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I mean, so many things come over on the photography. I'm just gonna hang out like at Harvey's. Because I see the work, but like I said, I'm not into messaging them on Facebook myself. I do that. So,
The other thing I asked Eric, is thinking about that for the summer, we tie it to the America to have a theme. We have a theme.
So I took a picture. I think so Middlesex Shoreline Medical Center. I don't know, but they had a display by the Goodwin fourth graders, and I was like,
they did say she wanted to do it, I was like, oh, that's really good. And she's the one that keeps getting back. She wants to promote those little kids. I am really impressed with that. And who hasn't been in elementary school in years. I'm bringing the polar bear over for them to use. I'm in there all the time now. It's great.
And I took some of the libraries in like Essex Library, and that's where I took a picture of the, I think it was his car. Okay. So because I'm like, oh, here's a display. Maybe it was a display. I like this. So I took a picture of that. I don't mind calling. I just don't want to go. Yeah. Put my name out there. It's just that's not me. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, okay.
And we have to make sure we talk to this.
Yeah, I have that.
Absolutely.
All right. I don't think there's anything on advisory groups.
I do have a new business item though.
Okay, oh, all right. Well, we gotta go back to, but that's all right. Go ahead.
Okay, all right. So with the preserve, the forest management plan is now in place. It's getting and it's really 2 to 3 years. So it's just been slow, very slow. The forest management plan is developed with the state of Connecticut because it's partly owned by the state. So what I wanted to bring to each of you is a map and the related areas because it's really confusing. So I'm hoping that at the end of this, you won't be confused anymore.
Want to handle that?
Okay, so here's a map for everyone. the other thing, try to send, and some of them will be coming from the old Saybrook land trust, which is very involved with farming. So I'm gonna just,
Can hold part of it, can hold part of it.
okay, all right, so this is Great Cedars East, and this is like 122 acres. That it was a gift to the town. It was a gift to the town at some point. And then here is Great Cedars West. And there's like a joining of them in a couple of spots. And then over here, there's a public park. And then up here is where the preserve is. So you can see these are all kind of connected. And there's one more connection. And I think it's like right in here, right in here. I think it's right here. Do you remember? Nick does. Remember David Brown, who had the farm. And he was also an artist. At one point he painted the same scene every day for a whole year. And it was on display. At the Florence Griswold at a certain point. And then there was a fire, and so many of the paintings were lost. But anyway, when he died, the town has the first right of refusal to his land, and his land has a house, a barn, and some other outbuildings. And it's also connected in here to these other areas. The idea is that eventually you can along this whole way, and that over here, let's see. There's a place where you can get on in Westbrook. So if you go in Schoolhouse, there's a parking lot. You can park there. You can walk into the preserve, and that preserve. Westbrook has that very narrow area that connects to the preserve. And then over here with Essex. Essex owns like 95 acres. They consider it a public park, but it's a hiking trail. There are hiking trails. So at these meetings, there are people from Westbrook and Old Saybrook, talking about these issues and making sure it's coordinated. And one of the challenges Old Saybrook does not allow guns in parks. The same is true with Essex. And I'm not sure about Westbrook. But because there's money in this project, the federal Fish and Wildlife group that allows hunting. It's a bit of a challenge. With hunting, the season is so large that we've really been working to not have the preserve in the preserve. If the deer need to be cut back at a certain point. Only in that situation, because we just feel like families will not want to go in there. I mean, at our cottage in New Hampshire, we don't go there anymore. Because you just hear guns in the woods. And so I think what we want to do is avoid it. So that's being worked on. And the other issue is because this is such a large area. People go in all different places. So there are all kinds of trails. So now that the management plan is in place, we can look at different trails, cut some of them out that really aren't needed or that go by sensitive wildlife areas. And then also the bike people have been really partners in this. People who ride their dirt bikes. They're not called dirt bikes. They're not called
mountain bikes.
Thank you.
Non-motorized.
Non-motorbikes. So they're also participating. And then also there are people who do horseback riding. So trying to coordinate that and not having trails all over the place has really been key. And a lot of people are using this. I sent an email a while ago that had a trail walk and then to the brewery afterwards. I think it's a nice opportunity for economic development. And it expands why people want to control Saybrook. I think one of the challenges is that there are a lot of trails going a lot of different directions. And it's still easy to get lost in the preserve. So even people who hike with some regularity occasionally get lost. And so I would say So I would say there's a hike plan. There's a hike plan. Chris Kreider is leading it. You know, you can take the hike. You can take the hike and get home. Know that you'll get home. And he's doing a hike. He's doing a hike. It's coming Saturday. Some other ones, but needs some other ones. But now a lot of what in terms of programmatically is really the Saybrook Land Trust. That's involved really with the Great Cedars. They're really doing that kind of planning. So, occasionally I'll send you about that if you and your family go out and hike or help them help them, clear out some paths, cover over other paths that'll be available. But I just feel like I've mentioned things at various times, but we haven't really had a good map. It's confusing because it's not totally contiguous, but it all does connect. And it's very exciting in that regard. Anyway.
I never realized the Great Cedars connected
Yeah,
to.
I know it.
To
Yeah,
that
I know it.
area. That's
Where is
fascinating.
Great Cedars?
Where is
Great Cedars?
Really?
Oh, it does connect.
You
Does
did-
connect.
You did the whole big.
So-
down from that.
So anyway, that's the
interesting.
news.
Thank you.
That's the news.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we're down to the end of the agenda. Anybody has any other comments or questions or things to bring up? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion to
I'll make a
adjourn.
motion to adjourn. I'll make a
Nick?
motion to adjourn.
Thank you. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Everybody's